Tue's new, backing the Melbourne Cup. Telstra. Amy, have a lucky day. And our telecast sponsors, L'Oreal Paris, because you're worth it. See Australia, go on, get out there. Toshiba, the people who created DVD. Sakata, Australia's freshest rice cracker. Lavazza, Italy's favourite coffee. And Harvey Norman.
Righto, boys, grab all of them.
Mark Twain called it the Great Astonisher. Rudyard Kipling said we hadn't grown up just because we thought the Melbourne Cup the most important thing in the world. But why wouldn't we? Would scallywags wear this at the Kentucky Derby? And could you see these fellas rocking up to Ascot? You couldn't transplant the Cup in Europe or America. It's too quirky, too Australian. It isn't a classic, it's a handicap.
Give the slip in front, Ethereal's coming hard, the Caulfield Cup winners grab the lead, and Ethereal does the double!
It isn't for the gentry, it's for people. This is the day Melbourne comes out of the closet. The more daring dress like this, and the more conservative like this. And this race coming up, well, it's the toughest flat race in the world. 3,200 metres, with the pace on all the way. They come from all over the world now, trying to win this race. Only one international runner has done it. Vintage Crop.
The Irish horse will win the Melbourne Cup.
More often, this man has done it, and done it his way. Bart's won one cup in 3 for more than 30 years. He's won with little mares.
Light Fingers throwing out a desperate challenge.
And big geldings.
Saintly wins it easily.
With cheap horses.
Red-handed, too good. He's won the Cup and extra red.
And with blue bloods who are bred to rule.
It's Kingston Rule to give Barty's ace. Kingston Rule from the Phantom.
He's the Bradman of the turf. This is his place and his day. And it's their day. And it's our day too. A horse race and a Mardi Gras all rolled into one. So no, Mr. Kipling. No, we still haven't grown up. And never will. Pity. If only you could be here. I reckon you'd enjoy the tumult and the shouting.
Yes, the Great Astonisher, the Tue's new Melbourne Cup, the 142nd running of Australia's great race. The expectation, the live theatre, the culmination and reality of a million dreams. Today, the first Tuesday in November, a noble horse will carry its cheering connections into folklore. Welcome to Royal Flemington, where we await an international audience of around 700 million, as 170 countries and territories marvel at the race that stops this nation. Will a European invader steal the Cup, or can the legendary trainers Bart Cummings and George Hanlon do it again? And imagine the scenes should champion jockey Damien Oliver salute. The weather today, it's close to perfect, I think. 20 degrees we're going for. We haven't had that shower yet. It is cloudy, but you've got the feeling the sun is going to break through. Currently, it is 15. And the track is good. The rail is in the same position it was on Saturday, 2 metres out. And the penetrometer is 3.8. Well, the Friedman family have won 3 Melbourne Cups, 89, 92, 95. It's a good day, Richard, isn't it?
It's a fabulous day, Bruce. It's the greatest days racing in Australian turf. And I tell you what, I got here early this morning. I couldn't wait to get here. I got here at 4:30 so I could walk the track and talk to some of the trainers. And I tell you what, they're as keyed up as everybody else. The track is very, very firm. Some of those international horses are going to feel like a cat on hot tins when the gates open.
Well, it's all about the Cup today, isn't it? It's a big program, but the Tui's new Melbourne Cup just jumps at you. We start with the 2-year-olds in the Today-Tonight sprint. Then we follow up with the Lavazza Long Black, the Liberty Financial Plate for the mares, the Cannon Sprint also for the mares, the Stretch 1000 for the 3-year-olds, the listed Great Western for the fillies, the Tui's new Melbourne Cup, then the Group 4 listed Hong Kong Jockey Club Plate, the Sea Australia Sprint, and the final event, the Hahn Premium. Now, the scratchings, we've got quite a few today, including one in the Tui's new Melbourne Cup. Race 1, the 2-year-old, 1, 4 and 16. In race 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 17 and 18. So Big Pat and Rum, who both ran in the Cup last year, are out of the second race. We go to race 3, 5, 17 and 19. In the 4th, 9, 11 and 19. Race 5, Rohatyn and Kuzi, who ran here on Saturday, are out, 1 and 6. 3, 10 and 16 out of the Great Western. Maguire scratched for the 3rd time this spring out of the Tui's new Melbourne Cup. Number 8 is out. In race 8, plenty of scratchings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 and 17. The second last 2, 4, they would have both been in the market, and 19. And in the final event today, 5, 6, 7 and 9. Damien Oliver won a Melbourne Cup for the Freedman family on Doremus in 1995. Today, as he did on Saturday, he walks the track. Tomorrow, he'll be in Perth, where his brother Jason will be buried. His great friend and mentor in many ways, Lee Freedman, and his girlfriend Trish. What an inspiration story it will be if Damien is successful here today. Let's see what they're paying and see what Media Puzzle is as we have a look at the opening totes for the Tui's new Melbourne Cup.
1 Vinnie Rowe, 8.30. 2 Jardines Lookout, 22.30. 3 Dahlia Paw, 32. 4 Sandmason, 47.30. 5 Helene Vitality, 33.20. 6 Hatha Anna, 58.80. 7 Freemason, 37.30. 8 is Scratched. 9 Fusion, 10.60. 10 Rain Gauge, 11.10. 11 Beekeeper, 10.10. 12 County Tyrone, 81.30. 13 Hale, 49. 14 Media Puzzle, 6.20. 15 Mr Prudent, 41.70. 16 Pentastic, 32.20. 17 Prize Gem, 58.50. 18 Victory Smile, 73.10. 19 Cyclades, 30.50. 20 Distinctly Secret, 7.40. 21 Grey Song, 55.60. 22 Thong Classic, 30.10. 23 Miss Miller's, 17.80. And 24 Requiem, 23.80.
Media Puzzle at 6.20 and Distinctly Secret at $7.40. The runners at the barrier for the opening event. There are 3 scratchings here. The 2-year-olds, not much disclosed form here. High Occupancy ran 5th at Moonee Valley on Cox Plate Day. We'll show you the totes as they go through. Cross Current's a $15 chance. There's 7, there's High Occupancy. A pretty good run. He covered some ground at the Valley.
Yeah, he certainly did. And look, it's very hard to pick a 2-year-old here because the ones with race experience, they're going to have a big advantage because they'll know how to race in a pack. The ones who are having their first run in a race, well, who knows, Bruce, where they're going to go to opposite sides of the track. There'll be 2 groups here, and it just depends on which horse races the most truly.
Good money in the ring for both the Tony McAvoy trained horses, 13 Silverstein and 17 Danza Dash. Gerald Mosse rides Danza Dash, who's riding Helene Vitality today.
Bit of a tip around for Danza Dash. I've followed him with my money. I heard from the McAvoy stable they quite like this one, and he's the number 17 horse, and I think he's drawn out wide there.
He ran 4th in the Debutante Stakes. He led that day at Caulfield, so he's had race experience.
He certainly has, and that always helps, and that's what I think they were going on there. They're going on the fact that it wasn't a bad run in that debutante stakes behind Scaredy Cat, and he'll improve today from the barrier set.
The other horse in the market is Eye for an Eye, a sedative colt out of a sanctioned mare there. Now, here's Danza Dash. Was an emergency, got a run. Gerald Mosse, the rider's had fantastic success in France. He's won all the derbies in the Arc, and he rides here today. He's from Hong Kong at the moment, based there.
One of the great riders, Gerald Mosse. They don't ride a lot of 2-year-olds, not as many as our jockeys do, but don't worry, he'll steer that horse with aplomb.
So Danza Dash, the favourite at 5.50, Silverstein at 6.20 and 6.50 for Eye for an Eye as we join Wayne Wilson for the opening event.
Thank you, Bruce. These runners are coming up into the gates pretty quickly for the opening event of the day. There's Ward Room racing in the third set of woodland colours, the black with the white star. Quatrefoil takes up his position. Silverstein stands in nicely. Now, Cross Current is going to be one of the last to load. Hernster races in the white with the blue cap to distinguish from Kahea. Now, the lights are on and Mr. Didham goes to the platform and they're set to go. Stand by for a start. Cross Current's the last one to move in. Quatrefoil stands well. Pierre Tenay stands up nicely. Eye for an eye is well behaved. Waiting on Cross Current. Just a little reluctant. 3 attendants behind, 1 in front. Trying to bring Cross Current up into the gates. Moves a little closer now. Dash down the straight 1,000 here at Flemington. Cross Current goes in. They're ready.
Now they're all in, riders.
Racing. Cross Current towards the outside and Quatrefoil began nicely. High Occupancy is going quickly towards the outside. They're splitting. They're going in. They're going out. On the outside, on the grandstand side, Kahea, Cross Current, High Occupancy. Eye for an eye is in that bunch. Just behind them then is Quatrefoil swinging over to the grandstand side. And the leader here, it's Ward Room just in front of Silverstein, the grey, burning up along the inside. Seconds to spare just behind them with Tuareg. Danza Dash is in that bunch. Marbahay, Life's a Bounty. Further back in the field, Go Forever, and then Desert Drummer and Hernster. 400 metres to go. I think the insider in front. They've got 300 metres left to go, and Ward Room shows the way from seconds to spare. On the outside, Cross Current, High Occupancy, and Pierre Tenay on the inside with 150 metres to go. It's Ward Room in front of seconds to spare. They're in front. The inside's in front. Seconds to spare coming after Ward Room. Ward Room just in front. The outside horses are flying. Cross Current and Pierre Tenay. 4 of them across the line. Pierre Tenay in the centre. Cross Current on the outside. Cross Current might be favoured. Ward Room and seconds to spare. They're the 4 in it. Marbo Hay, Life's a Bounty. Followed in then by Tuareg. Further back in the field came Hernster, Eye for an Eye, Kahea. Well back in the field, Quatrefoil and Go Forever and Silverstein. 2 of the last to pull up with Desert Drummer.
Big finish. It looks like the outside might have got here. Cross Current out wide, number 2. And Pieternair, number 10, in the centre of the track. Ward Room was down on the inside. And number 2 has got a Cross Current out wide. Now, 10 looks like it'll get second from that, Pieternair. And third should be Ward Room, number 15, who led them up. This horse has come home really hard, Cross Current. On the outside was a big run. You can see him here. He's up on the outside of the fence now. Pieternair was without a rail in the middle there, and the horse over on the inside was rolling along in front, and that was Ward Room. But it's 2:10 and 14, I think. So Tuareg it is, who's got third here. So, gee, it's been a run. Cross Current, half brother to River Woman. And it's a half 54.9 the time. So he's right up against the outside rail. He's run pretty truly. Good run, the second horse, Pieternair, because it didn't have a rail to guide it at all.
Absolutely. When you get to that outside rail, Bruce, it's a big advantage for a young 2-year-old. They keep their eye on the rail, they run straight, and they get an advantage. And this horse has done a very good job. The Matthew Ellerton stable does produce a lot of winners up the straight. But once again, a good run from Pieternair, because it was very difficult to run up the middle of the track.
Now, we think it's 10 and 15, actually, Ward Doom, we think will get third. It is. It's 2, 10 and 15 as...
Ward Room, one of the Woodland Stud horses, one of the John Hawkes trained horses. They're always well educated.
So later in the day, there's not much between first and second. The inside and outside, I wouldn't think, after that particular race.
No, I think it's very even. I think, as you saw, lined up across the track.
Well, Matthew Ellington's the trainer of the winner there. Let's join Peter Donegan.
Matty, congratulations. Good effort by the colt, because when he came past us, I thought he was probably spotting the leaders about a length and a half or so.
Yeah, it looked that way, Pete, but, you know, to his credit, he knuckled down and went to the wire well.
Professional racehorse by the look of it.
Yeah, he's got a few quirks, but, you know, he's had a look up the straight last week and probably held him in good stead today.
Makes a huge difference for the babies, doesn't it?
Yeah, it probably does, yes.
As it turns out, barrier 19 probably was pretty good for you, but there's not much between inside and outside, and you had no option from out there.
No, well, we drew out there, so we're always going to stay there, and, you know, it was a good win.
Great way to start Melbourne Cup Day.
It was, thanks, Pete.
Matty, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, Mark Flaherty. Mark, cross current. Gee, this was an impressive win. The horse, you know, drawn the outside gate. He had not much option but to go there, but he put in well, didn't he?
Yes, well educated by Matty Allerton, and horse has been down the straight before, which is an advantage. But he did get a bit lost out there, and I just tried to help him and push his head down on the line.
He got back a little bit early, Mark, but he seemed as if he's a tough horse and getting to the line okay.
He actually flew the gates, and I was sort of in front by a length after going 2 strides, and then I had a few races up the outside, which helped me. But when I got the front on my own on the outside, he got a bit lost. But full credit to, say, Craig Dixon there at Hobson's Lodge. Dick, I give you a plug, mate. You've educated, done a good job.
And most of the Allerton horses are pretty well educated, though, Mark, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to ride for these good stables, and just hope more opportunities come my way. Yeah, it's good to get one on Cup Day.
Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, Johnny.
Delighted jockey, why not? He did fly the start. You might have noticed from the Barry, he was the closest horse to us, and he came out running, and he's finished the race off. Well, he's by Keltrice, who was a top-class sprinter out of a blazing sword mare. Interesting there, the way Mark's using the whip in the left hand, and he's got a good head on him, this horse.
Yeah, lovely horse. I think there's another few wins in him. Very hard to read the form. There'll be horses come out of this race that will improve vastly with their first run up the straight.
Both the Hayes horses missed out. High Occupancy, who was in the market, finished 5th. He was amongst it. Ward Doom ran a very good race from the Hawk stable leading up on the inside and until really the last 20 or 30 metres of the race.
I think the one you've got to be impressed with is Pietana, the Encosta de Largo horse. I mean, out in the middle of the track is the hardest place for a 2-year-old to do the right thing, and yet he's gone to the line very strongly.
Half a length short, half head, we've been told. Yes, Pietana, it's Dam's a half-sister to Rom Stiletto, the second horse. So it won the Oaks here many, many years ago. So the stables there, Ellerton, the winner, Matthew Ellerton. Second to Colin Alderson, and a third to John Hawkes. And at the riders, Mark Flaherty, Noel Callow and Darren Gauchi, 1, 2 and 3 on the opening event on the program. The whole spring has changed for 2-year-olds. Many years ago, it was a focus. You had the Silver Slipper in Sydney and the Maribyrnong Plate, which is on Saturday, but we often got the Golden Slipper favourite out of the spring. Rarely do we get it now.
I think trainers are taking a new view. Now we have to produce horses that can compete with these internationals in a Melbourne Cup. You can't burn them up at both ends of their career, so trainers are being a little more sympathetic.
So that's the opening event on the program on Tui's new Melbourne Cup Day with Cross Current, number 2, winning the Tonight Sprint. We'll be back with the correct weight.
See Australia is on the lookout to find today's Tui's new Melbourne Cup favourite. If you've been dreaming about a great Aussie holiday, here's your chance to win. Simply SMS the number of your favourite Tui's new Melbourne Cup horse, followed by your full name and postcode to 0428 123 555. If your selection wins, See Australia is giving you the chance to win a 3-day holiday for 2 people staying at the Novotel Twin Waters Resort just south of Noosa. The prize includes return economy airfares, accommodation, and is valued at over $3,000. Each vote puts you in the running to win this fantastic prize, which will be announced later today.
So what are you waiting for? Go on, get out there. See Australia!
Des Gleeson, chairman of the stewards, after the opening event on the program, the numbers 2, 10 and 15. And there is correct weight. Let's check the final dividends.
Number 2, Cross Current, 1660 and 520. 10, Pietane, 940. And 15, Ward Room, 490. Quinella, 237.10. Trifecta, 9,749. And the Exacta, 313.90.
So the first winner, some value there at $16.60 as we go down for the presentation.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for our opening presentation on Melbourne Cup Day for 2002 and the Today Tonight Sprint, I'm delighted to welcome to the microphone the presenter of Today Tonight on the 7 Network, Naomi Robson, to make the presentations to the connections of Cross Current.
Thank you so much, Craig, and thank you to the chairman of the VRC and members of the VRC. At the 7 Network, we're very proud to be part of the Spring Racing Carnival and to be involved with it, and in particular Tui's new Melbourne Cup Carnival. Now, on behalf of everyone at Today Tonight, we're very proud also to be the sponsors of this race, and it gives me great pleasure to congratulate the winning connections of Cross Current. Now, Matthew Ellerton will be stepping up to take the trophy because the owner, David Mooney, is not here today. He's down at the farm, I believe.
Chairman, members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Channel 7 for the sponsorship of the race. I'd like to thank David and Jenny Mooney for giving me the opportunity to train the horse, Mark for a nice ride, and all the staff at Hobson's Lodge who make this all possible. Thank you.
Matthew Ellerton there, the trainer accepting on behalf of David Mooney, the owner of Cross Current. Let's have a look at the field now for race number 2.
Number 1, Hey Pronto, Jim Cassidy. 2, Home Wrecker, Scott Seamer. Scratch 3, 4 Oxford Dollar, Brett Preble. Scratch 5, 6 Skinjite, Glenn Boss. Scratch 7 and 8, 9 Crescent, Danny Nikolic. 10 Lockie, Matthew Gatt. 11 My Decision, Reese Wheeler. 12 Our Fireman, Sam Jason Patton. 13 Raging Rhino, Kieran McAvoy. 14 Shabiri, Darren Gauchi. 15 Western Highland Way, Craig Newitt. 16 Zamarin, Chris Muntz. And scratch 17 and 18.
Thank you very much. Well, a result for the bookies in race 1, but they're not giving us much in race 2. Hey Pronto, Home Wrecker and Crescent, all inside each way figures at this stage. Sean Bartholomew, you did have much interest in that first race, a lot of debutants, but you start with a little bit of the bookies' money. Where's it heading today?
In the first race, it's heading towards Hey Pronto. I'm expecting a bit of value. Home Wrecker's come up very short on the tote, and I think he's very poor value.
What about Melbourne Cup betting? We've already seen a bit of a move from Media Puzzle.
Well, Media Puzzle is where my money's gone. I think it's great value. 6 to 1 I took the other day, and I'm expecting about that today.
Distinctly Secret sharing favouritism at this stage, and Vinnie Rowe has just eased slightly. Your thoughts on those two?
Distinctly Secret I think's got a chance, but I think it'd be too short. And Vinnie Rowe, I just don't think he can win.
There we go. Talk from Sean Bartholomew, who had a good win on Saturday. Hey Pronto, Home Wrecker and Crescent. At this stage, as I said, all a touch inside each way figures. Opening market on race 2.
And the full race totes for race 2, the Lavazza Long Black. 1 Hey Pronto, $5.80. 2 Home Wrecker, $3. Scratch 3, 4 Oxford Dollar, $14.30. Scratch 5, 6 Skinjite, $18.20. Scratch 7 and 8. Number 9 is Crescent, $5.40. 10 Lockie, $36.90. 11 My Decision, $25.50. 12 Our Fireman Sam, $25.13. 13 Raging Rhino, $12.50. 14 Shabiri, $18.10. 15 West Highland Way, $10.70. 16 Zamarin, $41. And scratch 17 and 18.
So 6 scratchings, 12 to run on the favourite Home Wrecker on the tote at $3. We don't see many 28-metre starts here, do we? 2,800-metre starts, no. And with only 12 runners, the barrier's probably of little consequence.
Not much consequence here. They've got a fair run until the first turn. It's a bit of a sharp turn out of the straight, but then they've got that lovely long run up against the Maribyrnong River there along the back till they come onto the big swinging 800-metre turn into the straight. And look, if you haven't got a position by the end of the back straight, you're in deep trouble, but they usually have.
Very much a consolation race from the Tui's new Melbourne Cup. These are the stayers that aren't quite there. Who have you gone for?
I've gone for a stayer called Crescent. He's on the way up. I see he's well fancied in the market. Look, this is a field of promising hurdlers, I think, this field, but he's a one on the way up. Sean Bartholomew likes the Sydney horse Hey Pronto, and Graham Sampiri's gone for number 15, West Highland.
So some differences there. Crescent, Hey Pronto and West Highland. What a day it was on this very day last year for a New Zealand woman who right now is with Greg Radley.
Sheila Laxon this time last year, the toast of Flemington with Ethereal. Nice to be back. fantastic to be back and to be involved with all the build-up to the carnival. It's a great place to be this time of year.
Now, where is Ethereal?
I think she's still at Coolmore Stud. She got involved to Giants Causeway first pop, so I'd imagine she'd stay there till the 40-day positive and then go back to New Zealand.
You were hoping to have Forlorna here today, but she'll go around at Kyneton tomorrow?
Kyneton Cup, yeah, we've downgraded our sights a little bit, but you know, and that makes me realise how lucky we were last time with Ethereal. Nothing went wrong on the way through, and you know, all those sort of things are fraught with danger, so I don't really mind going to the Kyneton Cup tomorrow.
Well, it was easy to tip the winner last year. What about this year?
Well, I must admit, I saw Media Puzzle win the Geelong Cup, and that he was pretty outstanding in that win. Some of the other European horses, you haven't seen them like Vinnie Rowe, so you don't know how they've settled. So I'd stay with Media Puzzle because you've seen that he's coped with the triple right, and he did run very well in the Geelong Cup.
All right, have a great day today.
You too.
Sheila Laxon.
Yes, what a spring she had last year with Ethereal. John Letts on banjos ridden around the track today. Everyone wants to know where the best going might be. What do you think, John?
Well, Bruce, I've been right around the track on banjo, and he's loving it. I'm out about 5 or 6 horses off the track now. It's perfect. The conditions all over the track will be the same as we did see in the first. Winner come down the out, second horse on the inside, so there's no difference. Bruce, it's very, very windy out here. Horses making their runs out wide. Gee, it's a strong headwind. You might be able to hear it into the mic. But we're down now past the 200 metres, and we're coming to the part of the race where every jockey starts to really get into the race here past the Steward's Tower, the clock tower. And I can tell you, this track is as good as I've ever.
So, John, you feel that you can win from any position today?
I feel, Bruce, that the track, that the overseas visitors, there won't be any complaints from the track today, or any other trainer can complain about it. It's perfect.
Well, that's good news. So John Letts knows his way around here, doesn't he? He won a couple of Melbourne Cups, Piping Lane at his first ride at Flemington in 1972 and Belldale Bull for Robert Sangster in 1980. There's plenty of action in the Marquee area, as Jonah Griggs tells us.
Well, there's a huge amount of interest in the horses. There's just as much interest in the fashions off the course. And to commentate, we've got one of the fashion gurus of the world, Wayne Cooper, here. Now, Wayne, what are the trends we've seen so far?
Well, we've seen a lot of skin, we've seen a lot of chiffon, a lot of embroidered chiffons. I expected to see, like, fashion this year has been a lot of white, but I didn't see as much white as I expected. We've seen a lot of hats, a lot of huge hats, sometimes too huge for the size of the girl's head, you know. And I tell you, in between the beautiful girls, you know, in the judging ring and in the tents, it looked like there was about 5 buses come straight from Nimbin in their thongs in the middle, so it got a little bit rough. I lost my flower along the way, so it's tough out there.
It's tough out there with the punters. Now, we have seen a lot of fascinators, which are sort of away from the hats as well.
Yeah, I think fascinators are a little bit tired, and I've seen maybe too many fascinators, and the name actually really winds me up, Fascinator. Can't do the fascinators, so I think they should chill down on those.
Okay, what about men's fashion? We can't leave the boys out?
Well, I recommend beige for boys this year. I was going to go for a white suit, but I kept getting this queue of people asking me for chop top, so I thought beige is the go today. I did wear black. I think black and white was good because Saturday was a black and white day. Today's anything goes day, so I think boys keep it simple.
Boys keep it simple, and we'll look out for those girls, and it's particularly the wild ones. Thanks, Wayne.
Thanks.
For the Melbourne Cup Carnival, your outfits are all sorted out, but you have to know how to finish the look with a perfect face. So to help us out with that, we have Michelle Cutelli, who is the L'Oreal Paris Makeup Director. Where do we begin with Chantel?
Okay, for Chantel, I'm using Translucid Light Luminous Foundation, which is an SPF of 18 to create this season's beautiful sheer luminous skin.
And you're using a brush to apply it rather than fingers or a sponge?
Yes, because it just seems to apply a lot more easily. There's not so much wastage and you can conceal a lot easier.
Good tip, thanks. So our foundation is on. For Leanne, we're doing some dark smoky eyes.
Okay, we're Infinity eyeshadows and this colour is Bronze Star. It's a beautiful colour to offset her eye colour. It's a bronzy gold and it wears beautifully, it doesn't crease, it stays on all day and it'll be perfect till the very end.
Thank you. So on Janine, who's got gorgeous blue eyes, we're still starting at the base of the lashes and blending up.
Yes, working upwards, just